was awkward.
So are you doing okay?
Yeah.
As far as your mom and everything?
Period.
How long did you guys know?
It's like he's trying to grab secret intel.
In my head, my relationship with Christine is separate from my relationship with her kids.
Yeah, that's valid. You don't have to be in a good relationship with everybody to be in a good relationship with others. I agree with that.
I've asked her if she wants to have a relationship with me, and she doesn't want to.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Monday, March 6th, 2023, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Remember, like a week ago, I was on my Instagram, and you guys, I wasn't here on YouTube, so I couldn't share these photographs with you. But Kody Brown and Robyn were in Las Vegas, and they were, it looks like, with her sister Tracy. They were with her younger sister Tracy. And they were at Caesar's Palace, and they were like outside the Adele show. And everyone immediately, like, the photographs were shared on Facebook, and immediately it was like, oh my gosh, is Kody gonna court her younger sister, which is probably a negative since she's not in this group anymore. But it had me thinking about how Kody and Robyn were so adamant to get away from Las Vegas, and then they're back in Vegas, and they're walking around, you know, this area, and there's now stories like Kody is lavishing Robyn with expensive trips and taking her shopping, right, because she has a shopping addiction. And then Gwendolyn Brown is over on her YouTube channel rewatching the season and sharing her thoughts about what she's seen. And the dichotomy between the two of them is so startling, but it's also so on par with everything that I've learned about this group that the Browns come from, and really the discrepancies between how polygamous men treat children differently dependent on whose mother is the mom. So if they like the mom, they like the kids. And if they don't like the mom, they frequently take it out on the kids. And I read a couple books, and I talked to someone who is actually from this church that gave me some insight. And I just was like, we should talk about this, because Gwendolyn, in a video from like last week, mentioned that Kody Brown doesn't treat her and her siblings the same. So like Kody, watching him be nice and kind to Solomon and Ari and being an involved parent hurt her, because that's not the life she had with him. And she was crying in her video. And then this video a couple days ago, she talked about how Robyn and her kids did not come to her engagement party.
I would be surprised if she had like this particularly amazing relationship with my dad, because the way that he treats his kids on my mom's side is just very like cast aside. So I don't know 100%, but I strongly doubt that she has a good relationship with him. And it's not her fault. She's amazing and perfect in every way.
Which is really weird, because the last time I checked, Gwendolyn is still Kody's daughter, right? And the last time I checked, Robyn is still Gwendolyn's stepmother legally. And the last time I checked, Gwendolyn is still the sibling of 5 kids, because 3 were adopted and then 2 are biologically her half sibling. And despite that, they couldn't be bothered to go to her engagement party, but they could go to Las Vegas. And this is after Robyn on the show cried that Christine didn't want to have a relationship with her kids.
I would have never chose this. Like I said, if I had the power that everybody thinks I had, this wouldn't be happening.
But yet Robyn is doing the same thing. So is Robyn just making a storyline for the sake of the storyline? And is it finally coming to pass that we'll start to see that this cult has been using this show to try to normalize polygamy? And now we're finally seeing the truth. I hope fans start to wake up. So let's dive into today's topic. Before we do, can you do me a big favor and give this video a thumbs up? Also, subscribe to my channel if you've not yet subscribed by clicking down there. Do this, leave a comment if you have something to say. Click on the bell so you can get notified anytime I go live or new content loads, and share this video with your friends. So at the end of last season, there was a lot of confusion about what Christine Brown was going to do and whether or not she was going to stay involved with the family, if she was not going to stay involved with the family, and what that meant for her relationships within the family. And Robyn made it very personal because Christine told her that she needed space after she moved so that she could just decompress. Mind you, Christine was leaving an abusive marriage and a cult all in one fall swoop. I mean, that's a lot to unpack, and she needed the time and the space to get away from that. Robyn took it personally and was upset because Christine shunned her kids. But then Robyn turns around and shuns Gwendolyn. The hypocrisy is not lost on me. So I was talking to somebody who is formerly of the AUB, and their father was a polygamist. Their father has 8 wives, and their mother was not a favorite wife. So the way that it was described to me was that their dad, would spend a lot of time with the favorite wife, and then every so often would show up at the house of their mom, who was not a favorite wife, and he would attack the children, he would discipline them, he would beat them, and then he would take off. And the kids that were from this wife that wasn't obedient and didn't listen were punished because of their mom. And Kody is doing the same thing to Christine's kids. So the way that they made it describe is their mom stopped going to church, and their mom stopped just listening to every single thing that their dad said, and realized that they had choices. Dad did not like that. Dad was a leader in the AUB, and Dad felt like mom's behavior was not modeling what a leader in the AUB's wife should do. Mind you, Dad had 7 wives at this time, and he didn't have enough time to go around and do his job and all of the different things. So Kody and Robyn, when they first got married, were taking a lot of advice from the new prophet of the AUB, Dave Watson. And apparently Robyn was having a hard time sort of integrating into the family, and Dave was sort of helping her with all of that. Robyn learned very quickly how to gain favor with Kody by being obedient, doing whatever he wanted, and getting whatever she needed by kissing his ass. So I asked the source, and I said, well, is it common for a wife to just kiss the guy's ass just so they can get what they want? And they said, absolutely. So there will be a wife that, even if they don't want to do what the dad says, will literally just kiss his ass so that they can get the money, so that they can get the time, they can get the resources, and their kids can have a father around. Otherwise, dad just bounces around from place to place, spends next to no time with the kids, right? And is like a tyrant when he's home, which is how Gwendolyn described when Kody was around for her. So the YouTube video that she uploaded didn't go into detail about what she experienced at Kody's hands, but apparently the one that she shared on her Patreon outlined that she said that Kody was doing really just bad things to her and her siblings, and throwing her in the air and intimidating her. And what the source was telling me is that they will treat the favored children completely different than the non-favored kids. So Gwendolyn breaks down and says that it makes her sad to see Kody treat her siblings differently than she was treated. Check it out.
I know that I should be happy for them, but seeing him make it feel like an active father with these kids really hurts. Ugh, it sucks to not be able to see them. It's terrible that I'm making this about myself, but it hurts so much to see him be a good father to others when I didn't really get that much. And I know I'd be happy for them, and I am. I'm so happy they have a good father, or from what it looks like to be a good father and an active father. I just didn't get that, and I don't remember that. And I don't remember coming home from kindergarten or anything and seeing my dad and him being happy that I ate all my lunch or that I made a friend at school. It was always my mom, and that's great. I'm so happy I had her, but it was never my dad. And sucks that he was not there so much.
So Gwendolyn is physically crying because she wants a relationship with her dad, and she sees that he's capable of one with the right children and the right wife. But if it's not the right white wife and it's not the right kids, then he doesn't have a relationship with them. So I was like digging into the doctrine of the AUB and of all of these fundamentalists. And really the way that it, like the long story short of it is, they believe that the number of children that you have and the number of kids you have is like a sign of like whether or not you're going to qualify to have become a god in heaven. And the more wives, the more kids, the better. So women and children become numbers. And the numbers of the children are sort of like, it's irrelevant if you get along with them. It's irrelevant if you have a relationship with them because you just need the number. It's twisted. And the group is extremely homophobic.
Literally, was it a week or two ago, they put out a new one and they completely just wiped it out. And they have traded the truths of the gospel for the philosophies of men. I have read that and I could not believe it. It made it physically sick. Statements such as, to have same-sex attraction is not sinful as long as you don't act on it. I'm sorry, but that is the sneakiest lie the devil could tell.
They have like doctrines about what they believe about African Americans, which is very racist. They believe they are the master white superior class race. They are going to populate the world. They're going to save the world with their whiteness. They're very racist against any single person. They believe that African Americans are evil. It's horrible. And there's a lot of this. There's a lot of this proof in the writings of Rulon Allred and just in fundamentalism in general. And it comes all the way back from like statements that Brigham Young made way back in the 1800s. So fundamentalists still adhere to that. They also adhere to the fact that they are homophobic. And Christine has a child that is bisexual. This is where I think they're shunning her, not just because of her not being safe, but maybe because she's gay or bisexual, because they don't agree with people being gay. And there's no way that Kody could stay in good favor with his friends in the church or with other fundamentalists and accept gay people, because it's completely contradictory to everything that's in their doctrines. And someone that I was talking to, the same source that I was telling you about that knows the Browns, said that it's more than likely that the Browns actually lied, that Kody and Robyn might have lied that they accept their children that are LGBTQ+, because the church at the time was trying to align with the LGBTQ+, and try to say that if gay marriage can pass, if same-sex marriage can pass, then we need to make polygamy legal, okay? And so they were trying to say, well, marriage, all of these different marriages should be legal. So if you're going to make gay marriage legal, you need to make polygamy legal. So they were really using the LGBTQ+ to push an agenda. They didn't agree with them. They didn't believe they didn't believe in their lifestyle. So Gwendolyn says that for her engagement party, they don't show up, which is weird because Kody and Robyn are in Las Vegas and they're walking around at Caesar Palace, and the son says that Kody is spoiling her with trips and with lavish, expensive shopping sprees, which, I mean, I don't know. At this point, I don't know what to say. The son gets things right and they get things wrong. And they were saying a couple days ago that Janelle doesn't like Christine's boyfriend, and then In Touch 2 days ago was like, no, Janelle loves Christine's new boyfriend. So it depends on who is talking to who, and I still believe that the sources that are talking to the son are probably people connected to Kody and Robyn. So Kody and Robyn are spending a lot of money, and they don't have to share the money anymore. They don't have to pretend to share the money anymore. So they're going on trips. They're going to Vegas. They're doing all of these things. And then their daughter, who is just wants a relationship with her dad. They can't go to her engagement party, and she happens to be marrying a woman. To me, Gwendolyn says that the kids, they've decided, don't feel safe around her, which, okay, maybe it's that they don't feel safe because Gwendolyn has been speaking out, or that Gwendolyn has shared her feelings. Maybe Robyn feels offended that Gwendolyn has said on the show, on her channel, she doesn't really like her. Maybe there's a lot of things. But if you're the adult and you're the parent, you put that aside and you show up for the events that are important for your children, like their engagement party, right? No. And so they've deemed her not
Do you miss
safe.
them? Do you see the older kids? Do they visit you? Lots of love your way. I do still live in Flagstaff, and I don't see any of my siblings on Robyn's side. I invited them to my engagement party, but I don't know if she felt it wouldn't be a safe space for them, or if they decided they just didn't want to go. But it seems that they've decided they don't want to see me, which, I mean, hurts my feelings, obviously, but if I'm not a safe person for them, then I'm not a safe person for them. I do miss them completely, so much. I see all of the older kids every time that they're in town. We'll visit. But yeah, the rest of us talk completely fine. The rest of us visit, so.
What's not safe about her? Her mouth? I mean, this was, Robyn wouldn't let Gwendolyn alone with her brother. Wouldn't let him stay alone in a room just to look at her, like, stuff in her bedroom when they were over at Christine's house. Solomon could not spend like 5 minutes alone with his older sister, says Gwen. Now they can't go to Gwen's engagement party because she's not safe. Isn't it ironic that Gwendolyn is not the safe one, but Kody's the one that's been accused of beating his children, throwing them in the air, depriving them of money and income, and neglecting them and not spending time with them, but Gwendolyn's not safe? That's called gaslighting 101. And Robyn is going to do whatever she can to kiss Kody's ass. So anyone that says that Robyn is a good mother and a good friend and cares about people, bullshit. She cares about the cult. She cares about her cult beliefs. She cares about getting the money that she needs from Kody. She cares about believing in a delusional cult that is abusive to women and children. She is putting her kids into this world. She's isolating them. It's likely that one of them might end up in polygamy. So is she a good mom? No, I don't think Robyn's a good mom. Is she gaslighting Gwendolyn? Yes. Gwendolyn has the right to speak her truth, and that doesn't make her unsafe. Unsafe doesn't mean truth. Like, you're not, it's unsafe that she might say something? No. What's unsafe is Kody hurting his children. What's unsafe is Kody sleeping around and having concubines. What's unsafe is Kody being a deadbeat dad that doesn't have a relationship with Truly and doesn't spend any time with his kids other than Robyn's kids. He has a minor child that he does not see. They're not good parents. And Gwendolyn, you're not unsafe. I would say they're unsafe, and boundaries are your friends. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.